The build on Viper is a bit different as well now, from what I've seen at least. Like you can get some Earn Aghanims, something like that, just be extremely nasty early on. But I'm not completely sure what he's gonna buy in this game. You can go for perhaps some. Yeah, you can get some catch as well, you know, versus the Ember.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the the good field tip because Ulu has been the first and only player so far who said the good luck have fun in all 3 games. He got tipped in game 1. He tipped in game 1. He got tipped in game 2, and now he tipped our Mr. Doom this time. They've been throwing tips back and forth this series.
You know, like what the difference between Chinese games and like SEA and Eastern Europe games? You smoke 5-on-5 in SEA and Eastern Europe. When you smoke like that and 2 heroes reveal each other's smokes, you just continue running into each other. You know, like you can't back out. Like,
yeah, it's commitment.
Yeah, it's commitment. It's like in those old school movies, drivers are riding, I don't know, Fast and Furious or something, driving it into each other. Like you can't move. You have to continue.
Yeah, it's when you you're fully committed to it, and
full divide.
The person who breaks first is most likely to lose the race. It's actually a good metaphor when you put it that way with two drivers, because for them, the person who presses the brakes first usually loses. They chicken out.
Yeah, can't chicken out, man. You have to go full Davai in Dota.
Yes, you absolutely have to.
A sure way to lose the games. Just full Davai.
This is a very intriguing mid matchup as well. Slardar versus the Ember Spirit. Melee on melee action, of which Butterfly Effect has been doing really good in the laning stage on this 1-versus-1. He did get killed last game. He maybe got surprised a little bit by the DK and his supports rotating in for a kill on his Kunkka. Kunkka usually a very bulky hero in the mid lane. But Slardar is a hero that has a lot of kill potential. When we talk about Guardian Sprint and all of that water going from that mid lane to top and bottom, you can make some pretty fast haste rune-like ganks in a way. You pick up a DD rune or something, you pop your Q, and you're max speed running your way towards one of the side lanes and looking for a kill. That will very likely happen. So that's what I like about mid Slardar, is the mobility he provides, quick playmaking.
Yep, like he's super mobile and he crushes most melee heroes anyway, so they adjusted really nicely their draft, switching up the Viper. How's he doing though? 4 last so far, doing all right.
Happily farming in front of his tower, but the lane is still pretty much in the middle area, maybe a little bit faster. But if Irving ever gets to keep the lane in front of his tier 1 tower, that's where Viper can't be contested at all.
Yeah. Once you get some mobility, right? Like once you get some movement speed, if they, like you said, to move the lane back, and you try to contest it, he's just gonna run you down with poison attacks. So.
Yeah. And then again, his low movement speed, if he has to farm in front of the Troll's tower, that's a great opportunity for Aster to look for an actual kill on this Viper. He does get slowed by Troll. He gets slowed by Winter Wyvern. You get a rotation happen from the Grimstroke through the portal. Viper looks very dead at that point.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of those heroes. He's I always regard him as one of those lane stompers if he's playing on offlane that needs to win the lane. Like, if you manage to crush him with some rotations a couple of times, he just doesn't become, he becomes a glorified support. So you need to, if you're Team Bright, you should probably make sure that he has a good, very good laning stage.
A hero that was very, for a very long time regarded as a win lane, lose game hero. If you lose the lane, do you win the game? Do you use counter sight on this one?
Dude, this Crystal Maiden Red Panda is just solo zoning Doom, owning him. Like, literally on his own. Ulu wasn't even hitting him. He was just on the fighting for the Lotus. Yeah, mid lane as well. Echo's doing much better than I expected. Like, he's doing very well against Butterfly Effect.
He's in a good position with that constant poke with the Sleight of Fist. Not allowing the Slardar to load up Bash to the deep and go for a hit onto the Ember Spirit. Echo has probably played this matchup a couple times. Top lane, Troll might be the first blood here, and there we go. Irving, instead of him getting killed, he gets the kill, and he must be smiling after that.
For sure. Like, this is really what you want to see. Now, 2 Braid Bands flying out to the Viper, and suddenly, you know, at the beginning he can be a bit squishy if you go on him. Suddenly now 2 Braid Bands, Magic Wand. Hey, good luck trying to kill him.
Butterfly Effect has to run away from Echoes as well with that Flame Guard. 2 points burning him up. Bottom lane also Doom very low on HP. Red Panda could get a kill with this Frostbite here. A Blood Grenade. Just look at that's an obscene amount of damage. It's a bloody Crystal Maiden. But damn, does Red Panda hurt a lot. Just outside of range for the Frostbite onto Doom, who does have that Chain Lightning, but still. This is some very impressive Crystal Maiden work here.
Yeah, 200 damage, right? Like, you dish out with level 2 Frostbite.
Yeah, and then he had the Blood Grenade as well, which made it even worse. And oh, poor Doom's getting baited into this one. Red Panda. Oh.
It's so easy to get baited when you have Chain Lightning. Because all you need is that one frame where you see her and you cast it on her, right? To finish her off. But usually what happens, you just get baited.
Man, I don't play Crystal Maiden. Normally when I see a CM player, I'm not that impressed. Now I am. This is impressive CM stuff.
And he's giving aura to the rest of the squad, right? So Arcane Aura is there as well, helping out the Viper, the Slardar.
For a Viper, that is really good, because then you don't have to buy like an early biz something just for mana regen. Don't want to get mana boosts either on this hero when you want to be dealing damage. Yep. So CM Viper has a very good synergy early on.
Even though I wouldn't mind just mask into a urn, but he opted
That
not
could-
to.
yeah.
He opted not to go for a vessel build. Instead, he's going for Raid Bands, Power Treads, maybe some Dragonlance, just full on right click, which is also cool because you have a Slardar on mid lane, right? So
Who has DD?
yeah. I mean, minus armor with the bench. Mid lane, Butterfly.
Pop it. Not popping it yet. 10 stick charges have to be used. And there we go, the turnaround. One hit with the stun from Venge. And
Another
he's
one.
gonna get another one. Look at that bash to the face. Grimstroke in panic as Butterfly Effect disengages from the early fight. Pops his DD from the high ground position. Charges straight in. An Ember, Remnant or not, did not get out.
At this point, do you contemplate Midas on Slardar? Like, you're so close. I feel like you go for Midas.
The thought goes in your
greed
mind, surely, at that point.
Yeah, you greed out, right? Like, he is just way too close not to. Okay, so 5-0 for Team Bright. After game 1, I was completely Team Aster's bandwagon. But the second game... the second game, I feel
series interesting.
Yeah, definitely. They made it very, very interesting.
You can almost say it's a bit of a rude awakening for Aster, who probably thought this is going to be a walk in the park. It's definitely not showing to it, as they're going the full distance in this series. And Team Bright, what a surprise it would be in a sense to join the upper bracket semi-finals against either LGD Gaming or go along. And actually, I will give you an update on the series. So spoiler alert to all of you who have not watched it so far. The winner of this series is, surprise, surprise, going up against LGD, who just 2-0 to go along. So,
Mid lane, Echoes.
a pretty big win to get there. Butterfly Effect going into Echoes again. Big stun coming out, but this time they got the turnaround potential. Ulu coming into the rescue as well, but the Ember Spirit's down again. And Frisk will follow suit. They've got the Winter Wyvern trapped in the Sprout. He will get out from the tree line. But will he live? I don't think he will. 8-0 on the board.
You know, they're just getting bodied, man. This is insane. And that's with the and that's with the Midas on Slardar. Like he's had it for a bit now. You can see on the cooldown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough one. A really rough one for Aster. It's not going to be easy to come back into this game. Yeah, very rough. They need the they need the Doom to get his level 6, which was probably the biggest difference between game 1 Doom and this game Doom. Like remember, we were actually talking about it, and I said maybe if Doom didn't have a good lane in that game 1, the game would have been different. That's exactly what's happening here. Like he's not even 6 yet.
Yeah, the experience discrepancy is definitely showing. The supports and Aster still at level 4. Doom just hit level 6, but is not going to have a lot of impact, especially with that last fight he had it. Could have maybe led into a kill on the Slardar. Could have given Aster a fighting chance, but no ulti, no Doom. Doom not even showing up really there. What can you do? Don't have the tools to fight. The good old toolbox. We're talking about in the metaphors. Like, where are your tools at? We got a bunch of nails, but no hammer. Or like the Aussies
What do you usually use? I usually use like some hardcover book as the hammer if I don't have it. You know?
got so much muscle, you'd probably just use your hands.
Yeah, exactly. I hit it with my head until one of us.
Hopefully not. That's probably gonna hurt. I know you Bosnians, you guys are stubborn, but not that stubborn.
As long as you don't remember it, you know, it doesn't matter.
Oh yes.
We have some world champion in breaking a coconut with his hands, like just hitting the coconuts.
Definitely a powerful man.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a very deformed hand. Bot lane Doom.
This is... Can we just look at the net worth graph for a bit, just to see how crazy the situation actually is in terms of Aster? And the win probability is kind of nuts. It's not really giving Aster faith this game. Do we feel that way? I mean, I feel like I'm not trying to make myself too dramatic, because it's the first round of the upper bracket, and of course anything can happen during the course of a tournament. I always enjoy the team the most that learns the most, adapts the most, and usually gets a good scoreline because of it. But this is pretty big for Team Bright, what they're doing right now.
It is, especially because like it wasn't extremely expected, but at the same time I don't think the win rate is complete. I wouldn't agree with that high of a win probability. I would lower it down a bit. I feel that Aster still they just have some heroes that can turn the game upside down, like a good fight around the Winter Wyvern. You can kill a Prophet just by using Winter's Curse on him. Dooming someone can be big as well. Troll can come online, but definitely the game is in Team Bright's control.
Aster has to be very careful with their moves, as they're going to lose the Doom at the bottom lane. Butterfly effect. He teleports in for the assist gold as he's in the area. He'll take that extra money in his pocket.
Yeah, and they're being zoned at the same time on top lane, so...
Yeah, and Grim's not getting his level 6. There's no fighting that Aster could win. Maybe now. He teleports in as there's a Vengeful Spirit. Oh, he's missed another stroke of fate, and he's just not getting the slows to connect, but the Inkswell is going to be there, and Frisk can finally get his ulti from this kill. I hope he hits level 6. No, he only got a portion of his level from that, so still no ulti, no Soulbind to combine their ultis with, but it's the first kill for Aster, and usually it's the start of something. But it's also a start for a gank here from Butterfly Effect and Red Panda, but quick Remnant jump away from the Slardar. Didn't get the Frostbite.
That was actually very sad. You know, the win probability in my head moved higher for Team Bright after that fight. It's an Orchid, right? Yeah.
It is, and there goes Butterfly Effect, and it's gonna take 2. He's actually hitting the bug in between.
Yeah. Yeah, the win probability definitely went higher in my head now. Just because I noticed how difficult it was for them to even kill the Venge. Like, this is a Venge with Pavis, or Pavis. And
yes,
also
the Paris.
the Pavis, yes.
It's kind of like Paris.
Yes, my French friend.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not gonna try to do the accent. Manon already hated on me.
Yeah. Manon's really gonna just give it to anybody who attempts to mimic that
Manon. Yeah. There is a Macron.
Manono.
Yeah, just killing the Venge was way too difficult. Crystal Maiden chilling in the enemy jungle, farming stacks with freezing field. Smoke.
Aster gonna try and make something happen. There's a Slardar in mid with a blink, with a shield rune. Ay, ay, ay. Meanwhile, the Wyvern ulti is already used onto Ulu.
Will he live? They're blocking him super hard. Look at this. Like, he's dead.
He's in trouble.
They are
He's gonna die
smoking from
soon,
behind.
but they are, Ulu's teleporting away. He went to base. He went to base while Aster has a chance to fight even with the Wyvern. There is no Nature's Prophet for a couple seconds. If they can get the CM, that could be a start of something. But at the same time, Butterfly Effect, he's popped his shield rune. He's got that one extra 1,000 HP to go work with. Who is he going to go for? Onto Frisk he goes. Soulbind is going to be popped as well. There is Erica, low on HP on the Troll. He doesn't get his ulti off as he's silenced and killed. And there's the Doom dropping as well. Aster going to lose a 4th member of their team with the Wyvern killed earlier and 3 with this gank. Oh, they got the CM, but not enough. It's not nearly enough, and Bright is walking over this game at this moment.
Yeah, they're just. This is a slaughter. Even with the Prophet missing for the first portion of that fight, they still couldn't do anything. Couldn't kill anyone. Oh, they're just way too underfarmed.
Dire's top tower.
Look at all these heroes. Like, even the support Crystal Maiden almost has drums. Like, you won't kill her fast enough. You have no burst. They use this Inkswell big combo, right? Quote unquote big combo on Ember Spirit. He uses Flame Guard, you Inkswell him, he goes in. Does nothing. Like, literally does nothing in most of these fights, engagements.
And Roshan is also going to go down really fast with the lineup for Team Bright.
I don't know. Like, looking back, maybe I was questioning the Winter Wyvern pick, thinking that perhaps the hero isn't. I don't know. I wasn't saying anything if she was good or not.
I mean,
just I wasn't aware why the instant pick, and it doesn't look extremely good at the moment.
what's going in my mind is there ever a game where a last pick pos 5 is going to make the big difference?
There are some, right? Like, you get a Bane pick into some built-in BKB hero or something like that, but usually you are right. Usually you want to save that for your core.
Because they really wanted to
troll?
pick that troll in 18th. Well, Butterfly
Orchid.
Effect will get the jump on top of Erica, and that troll just feels like a support at this stage in terms of how fast he drops at the arms of this Slardar.
Yeah, even with the Maelstrom build, like, he's not finding any farm on the map. Not finding enough farm, I should say.
Yeah, big trouble for Aster. Forced inside their base, pretty much. I mean, these tier 2s, there's only going to be one left in the mid lane, and that's probably going to be on Bright's sights as they finish off the bottom lane.
I would really say they improved a lot since game 1. In this game 3, I feel that they isolated the problem. But you know what the problem, what the trick is? Like, I say it like they did something big, but they didn't. Let's see this fight first. Butterfly Effect.
What they can do against the Slardar. Pavis will be dropped on top of him. He's got that extra 400 shield versus the Ember's
Soulbind.
damage. Doom does drop the double ulti on the Soulbind, and this is their opening. They're going to fully commit to it as well. Maybe the Slardar will fall. Maybe. That's still an Aegis that they have to go through. Troll gets stunned up as he pops the Battle Trance. And they've already lost the Wyvern, and Troll's left to his
GG.
own fates. And
Damn.
they called it.
Damn,
Aster
son.
into the lower bracket, and Bright will march onward.
Yeah, I feel like game 2 they played around a little bit. You know, they might have, after game 1 you kind of let your guy disrespect the enemy a little bit. That's truly how I feel. But